Alright guys, in today's video, I interviewed someone you cannot believe. We are going to be interviewing
Sorry guys, my fault.
D-Duck!
D-Duck!
Yeah,
Yay!
we're interviewing D-Duck. Well, first question for you, D-Duck. What inspired you to start making Gorilla Tag content creation?
I would have to say whoever inspired me, it would probably be Hatchy Boy, because he had a channel and I saw it and I was like, hey, I could create a YouTube channel, but I don't know how to. Then I learned how to, and I started creating content, and it was like I started enjoying it. So yeah, Hatchy Boy is probably the main inspiration for me creating my channel. So
Nice, and folks, look at where he is now. Even more than Hatchy Boy. Where did you get your name? Or like, how did you get your name?
So I was Ducky Legend at first. I loved ducks, and I still do love ducks. And I was like, well, I need to create something that's shorter, but it's more like, appealing to people. Ducky Legend, it's really long, right? Has Ducky and then has Legend, Created that when I was young, and I was like, okay, well, that was great. But it's like, I needed to create something, something good, and it has to have duck in it. And I was like, and I was just typing, and I was writing, like, on my computer, and I was like, and I typed D-Duck, and I'm like, yo, this is a fire name, and then boom, that's how I kept D-Duck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
that was just, yeah.
Yeah, how would you get all your cosmetics?
My dad's money. My dad's credit card.
Bruh.
Just whenever I first joined, I was like, dude, all these cosmetics look so cool. And so I'm like, I buy a couple packs, right? I buy the minor pack, I buy the Halloween pack in 2023. And that got me a lot of shiny rocks. And then I was able to, buy all these cosmetics, like the jacket, the crown, the rubber duck, things like that, and the ski goggles too, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So all of this, it was all just in a row with just updates. So update, just all in a row. Just.
What do you think was your peak for content creation?
My peak for content creation was 100% 2024 so far. I don't know how 2026 is gonna look, because I already have 1,000+ subscribers, because I stopped for around 80 days, lost a bunch of subs, but we gained it all back in a couple of days. But I'd say 2024, biggest peak. I definitely grew the most. 24,000 subscribers was the amount I gained in 2024. All my most viral videos, I believe, was made then in 2024. Like Juking Lucy both times was a really big one. And just other popular videos too. Those were just my biggest. So yeah, 2024, 100%.
When do you think was the best era for Gorilla Tag, like in your opinion?
I would definitely say early 2024 to all of 2023. Because I joined on the Caves revamp update in 2023, and I feel like that was just the peak time. It was simple back then. There wasn't as much drama. It was a really peaceful game, right? And now the game is huge. There's some drama, but definitely early 2024 and all of 2023 I felt like was the biggest peak and best time for Gorilla Tag.
What are your opinions on the Another Axiom creator program, or the finger painter program, all that kind of stuff?
I think those programs they're great. They're magnificent. It lets creators, it takes, because people, they can impersonate people, but it shows it's always earned from work. Like you have to earn it to get it, right? You don't just get it as a freebie. But just because people think that if they don't have it, they're not a good creator. But you also got to think that I don't have the AA badge yet, and just because you don't have any form of Another Axiom badge or any form of official creator badge does not mean that you're not a good creator, because we're all creators, and just because you don't have it, it doesn't define who you are. But either way, the creator programs, all of that stuff, it's great. It's a great little bonus to content creation, and I really want to be a part of those creation programs too, because I think they're really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, just because you don't have anything from the creator programs doesn't mean you're not a creator. It just means that you don't have the little extra parts to it, if that makes sense.
What is your opinion on the community now for what it used to be back then?
Right now, I could tell that there's a lot of drama. I've seen videos about like I didn't even know Gorilla Gang existed until the drama. There's been a lot of drama with Gorilla Gang. There's still a lot of toxic people. You know, there's just a whole ton of drama, right? And it's like, you know, pretty much everyone, kind of like a bunch of, like a whole ton of creators, most of creators are like dug into the drama, and it's like, it's unsettling, right? It's unpeaceful. As well as like back then, you don't really have any drama. It's just like, you know,
Yeah.
hey, welcome to Gorilla Tag. You want me to teach you how to play or something? You know, you don't really see that really often anymore. And I feel like back then, everyone was more kind. You know, everyone was more, you know, civil. Everyone was more, you know, everyone like cared for each other.
Yeah.
But now you have all this drama. You have all this, you know, all these things happening.
Yeah.
You have a good side and the bad side of Gorilla Tag. But you know, it's like,
yeah. If you were say for example, a forest guide, or like you were like a really big YouTuber, what do you think you could do that could change the community like the most?
With being a part of a program like that, like, you gotta be nice, but you can't be nice all the time. Like, you know, sometimes you can get in, you know, specific problems where, you know, people can cuss each other out in lobbies.
Yeah.
You know, people can say slurs, you know, people can say all that stuff, right? You can't just be nice to them and say, hey, can you please stop doing that? You gotta have force. You gotta be like, hey, you can't do that. I might have to ban you for this or something. But you have to say it in more like an aggressive way. For me, if I had those big roles, I would definitely take the people's voice, the community's voice. I would hear it out, and I would see if I can take that into action to try to make the community better, right? For example, we could put more of a system where, like, your voice, like, it can kind of read, you know, if you say a bad slur, you can get muted for a certain amount of time, like a mute ban. Instead of actually getting banned, you can get a mute ban, right? You know, maybe as a troll, it could be like the monkey voice, you know, where you try to speak, but it's just the monkey screaming, you know. But yeah, I would definitely listen to the community, and I would try to hear everyone out, because everyone has a voice. I feel like everyone has a voice in this game. Everyone can speak in this game. Everyone has the free will to speak, and so I would, you know, listen to that, take that in, and try to take action on that. That's what I would do to try to make the community better.
All right. What is your opinion on Gorilla Tag making all of their, like, say for example, bundles, or like the new Monkey Club stuff? What is your opinion on them making like it so expensive and all that?
Well, you gotta think, everything is completely optional in the game. You don't have to. You can easily play this game for free. You get shiny rocks daily, 100 shiny rocks daily, which is pretty good for daily. 10 days is 1,000 shiny rocks. But I've seen that recently, you know, some, like, even the brand new cosmetics for the birthday, they're pretty expensive. Like, I think they average around 3,000, which is a lot. And it really makes them look kind of hungry, like money hungry. But I don't see him as money hungry. I just see him as like, hey, you guys want this pack? You know, it's $30 or, you know, whatnot. I mean, with the J-Man Curly pack, that's a big concern for me, the J-Man Curly packs. They're really expensive, and they come with no shiny rocks. Like the Chaotic bundle with the wings, it's $30 with no shiny rocks. There's no shiny rocks with that. And I see that as a problem. But if it's worth it, like 10,000 shiny rocks and, you know, custom cosmetics, now that's worth $30 because you're getting a deal.
Yeah.
But if it's just the pack and just no shiny rocks or less shiny rocks, like the cardboard headset, that's $40, I think. But it only comes with 1,000 shiny rocks. It's like, that is a little bit of a
crazy. Yeah,
that's something else. But the packs, $30, 10,000 shiny rocks, I'm completely fine with that. And I bought a couple of those too. And I think that, like, you know, yeah, I think those packs are great. But just the things that are overpriced that aren't worth the value of it, I see that as a no-no.
Yeah.
But anything else, I see it as pretty good. Pretty good.
And something that I would like to say about the cardboard bundle, back when it first came out, you could only get it if you got a MetaQuest 3 with the game. And with that would be around $200-$300 for almost, I think it was maybe still 1,000 shiny rocks. And even when they changed it for the, like, to the point where you can just buy it in game with no 3S, that just means the people that bought the 3S just bought it for no reason. And in my currency, which is Canadian, for me it's $60 for 1,000 shiny rocks and just 3 cosmetics.
I see it as what companies should never do with any form of pricing or any form of item in their game is when you set the price, you never change the price.
Mm-hmm.
So because people bought headsets for that pack,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that was $200, $300 some dollars,
Yeah.
which is a lot of money. And now it's just like $50, $40.
Yeah.
Just like that, that's a whole ton of money just gone. I mean, yeah, you got the headset, but for what, really?
Yeah.
Initially, right? I mean, if you're gonna get, the new headset for your birthday, or you
Mhm.
plan to get a new headset, that's a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were trying to get the pack, just for the pack and not necessarily for a brand new headset,
Mm-hmm.
then that starts to get a little bit trippy because then you spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it seems like you got scammed
Yeah.
in a way.
And that would
Yeah.
make it the most expensive bundle in the game, which
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it still
Yep.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But folks, that's gonna be about it. This is the Speedy interview with D-Duck, and see you guys in the next one.